Hello everyone, my name is Fadi Ayat and I talk about the 14 points of Wilson. On January 8, 1918, President Wilson went before Congress to explain his war aims. Although the war was still raging, he started an ambitious program to make the world fit and safe. The first goal of Wilson's peace plan was to eliminate the cases. A second goal was to ensure the right to self-determination for ethnic groups so they could control their own. The last goal called for setting up an international organization called the League of Nations to ensure world peace. Member nations would agree to protect one under the principle of territorial integrity. Nations respect one and another's borders and don't try to gain another country's. 14 points. Number 1. Countries would not make secret treaties and alliances because the secret alliance had been a case. So point number 2. Ships would be able to travel freely in times of war. You put a tax on shipping had drawn the United States into World War I. Absolute freedom of navigation upon the seas. The freedom of the seas allowed for freedom of navigation outside territorial waters at times of war and peace, but also allowed for total and partial packets. Point number 3. Free trade among countries would promote economic growth and reduce trade conflicts that would draw nations into war. The removal, so far as possible, of the economic barriers and the establishment of an equality of trade conditions. Free trade provided for the removal of economic barriers between peaceful nations. Also called for. Point number 4. Countries would reduce their stockpiles of weapons. And of course, the militarism had been a case of World War I. Disarmament to the lowest point consistent with domestic safety. Adequate grants given and taken the national. Point number 5. The desires of colonial peoples would be taken into consideration in creating a more peaceful world. Imperialism and the competition for colonies had been a case of World War I. Free, open-minded, and absolutely impartial adjustment of all colonial claims based upon a strict observance of the principle that in determining all such questions of sovereignty, the inter. Point 6 through 13 were more specific, dealing with the situation of specific countries. Restoring land taken from countries by war would restore respect for international law. Redrawing borders on the basis of. Point number 14. A general association of nations must be formed under specific convents for purpose of affording mutual guarantees of political independence and territorial integrity. Wilson's 14 points. In the end, only 4 of Wilson's 14 points were adopted after the war, and the United States refused to ratify the Treaty of Versailles. And at the end, Wilson was awarded the Nobel